So, hello everyone. Welcome to Live with Prima. I'm Sharon Laakkonen, and I'm going to be your hostess today. So, let me just grab one of the projects. So, we're going to be making these adorable heaven sent tags. Now, this is a brand new line from Prima, and it's baby oriented, but it could be used for other things. If you don't have a baby around you or in your future, these still grab some of the items. The flowers are unbelievable. They're beautiful. Hang on just a second. Let me click autofocus on my webcam and maybe that will help me zoom in a little bit better. There we go. So there are watercolor tags. You see that little foil accent on there. These come uncolored and I just sprayed this to match. They're beautiful flowers. There's ephemera that has foil accents and all kinds of cute papers and stuff. So that's a boy one. Let me flip up the girl. And I know I'm a little close, but we're going to switch the camera around once we get going. It's perfect for boys or girls, and I did whip out a neutral one. I had it going a couple days ago, and I just decided to finish it last night. So this is one that would be more neutral if you don't know if you're having a boy or girl or you need a gift card and you don't know what the baby is. This one is perfect for that. In fact, this whole line is. So we're going to go ahead and switch the camera around. So it's going to turn black for 1 second. That way you don't get too dizzy. We'll open it back up. Let's just give it a second to, does that look straight? So here are the 3 tags, and these were so fun. I was talking before the show with, there's a chat, so if you miss our live shows, you miss the wonderful chat. We have a moderator and on every show, and they have all the details. So if you have a question, if you watch us live, you can type in there and chit chat with people. I miss the chat when I'm teaching, and it's so fun. So I love moderating because we have a really good time on that chat. But what we were talking about was once you kind of get the layout for one of these tags, they're so easy to whip out. You can make a ton of them, and they're so much cheaper than buying cards in the store for babies. They're so expensive, right? Okay, so I'm going to get going, and what we're going to do is create the girl and then the boy, and then if we have time, we'll get over to this mint one, okay? I hope we have time. I really want to go through all 3 of them. So what we're going to start with, let me just move these out of the way, is an Armour tag pad. Now, it was in stock when I made my tags a while ago, but if it isn't and you can't find it, this is by Prima. It's 911195. It's beautiful. It has these chalky, now I pulled mine apart, but it has like a chalk finish. And let me just check and see if the brightness is it too white? I have windows banking the wall, and sometimes I just get too much light. It has a chalk finish, and it's absolutely stunning. There are multiple colors in the tag pad, and they're autofocus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pull out a pale pink. There are 2 pinks. So we want this blue one right here. That's going to be our boy tag. We want this little girl. There are 2 different colors pink. So I went with the pale one, I think. Let me double check. Yes, I did. But lots of fun colors. And then I did this darker gray for the neutral one, but if you cannot find this tag pad, I did measure it, and it is 3.5 by 9 inches. So you could just get any large tag or cardstock. You could use the heaven sent papers. Those would be really, really nice. And start with that. So we have our Armour tags. We're going to do 1 tag at a time, I think. Otherwise, it might just get confusing to do otherwise. So here's what I did. I have a bunch of leaves. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for this part. Now these are from dies that Prima has. They have leaf dies. I have all kinds of little doodads all over my desk. So I pre-cut the leaves already. Sometimes I would pull out my die machine, but basically it's, let me show you the dies. It's this intricate leaf set right here, and it comes with 6 different leaves. And my suggestion is if you like to cut multiple leaves, get a couple sets, and then you'll have a couple of each one to run through your die machine. Now, we have been talking in my last show, I pulled this out, and some people have problems cutting with the intricate dies, and it basically is because the machines are all different, the dies are all different thicknesses, and your papers are all different. My leaves all went tumbling down. Anyway, so we have Facebook groups on little groups on Facebook, like our Live with Prima group, and we have a watercolor group and stuff. We were on one of them chit-chatting about how to get your thin dies to work. And somebody mentioned this precision base plate, and I tell you, it's a lifesaver. I always shimmed my machines before, but this one, how it works is, don't do as I do and try to cut on this side first. Flip it over. It has kind of a squishy area, and you're going to put your paper down and then your die. So why don't I have a piece of paper near me? Okay, so you would put your paper on and then your die and then your clear Sizzix cutting sheet. And you, of course, have your base plate set for whatever die you're going to use and run it through. And it really does work well. And my favorite paper to use with these dies is our Bloom Girl watercolor paper pad. It's 980269. This is a bit thinner than our other watercolor paper pads, so it works with the intricate dies. If you're using chunkier dies, use our Prima's other watercolor paper pads, but this one works with the intricate dies, so you need to get that and stock up on those. All right, so basically that's how I cut all my dies, and then I popped them out. So we have all these leaf dies, and what we're going to do is color them. And I know I'm going white on white for the next step, so let me just throw something in here. Maybe the camera can keep focused that way. So what I did use quite a few leaves, and I lost track of how many. 8, 9, 10, 11. Look at, if I'm cutting leaves, I crank out a ton of them at once and keep them in a little basket. So I have 11. You think that will be enough? I hope so. Okay, for short, it's my fault. So what I'm using is the color Bloom, and this is it's well loved. This is Lime Wedge, and we have the number at 573850. Now, just to warn you, this has been refilled at least 3 times. So what I am doing, it's much lighter now. There's so much pigment in these. When Prima put them out, they said you could fill them twice. Well, I'm on my 3rd or 4th. So I've refilled this so many times, but I like it. And you know what? Every time you refill it, you might want to make a mark so that you know which ones are lighter than others. I love this new color green. So now that I've told you that, I better start coloring. It's very soft. It's not really a lime wedge anymore. It's a very soft, almost cool, light green, and it's stunning. So when it dries, you're going to get this really pretty springy green color. It's not dark at all. So you need to refill your color blooms and mark them and keep them. And this is at least 3 refills, if not 4. And I'm going to save this bottle. I mean, look at it. It's like one of my most loved bottles. Okay, so we've sprayed our leaves and we want to just set those aside to dry. We're going to be using those on all of the tags. Any questions on that part? Carrie is an expert, so she can help you on any of the die info and spraying. So now that we got that done, what we're going to do is start whipping out trims. So if you collect ribbons and trims, this is a great little project for you. Come on, focus. I think I'm just going to have to keep my scissors in here. It doesn't like it. Okay, so Carrie's talking about mixing her Color Bloom sprays, because we also sell empty bottles. That's a great idea. She mixes lime wedge and emerald green to get her favorite color green for leaves. And that girl uses more leaves than any person I know, so she must be a leaf coloring expert. Okay, so moving on. I had this trim that I bought for a class like ages ago. It is by Prima. It's a mint tassel. Now, how cute is that? The number is 550523. And you know what? If you can find it, grab it. It matches this Heaven Sent line absolutely perfectly. So all I'm going to do is I want a little bit of fringe on the side. If you don't have this trim, it's okay. It's okay. Pull out some fringy trim and just use that. You know, it would make more sense to glue all of these down at once, wouldn't it? I just don't want the class to get confusing. If I was doing a mass production of these, I'd be doing that. Like glue all the trim, then add all the flowers. So we're just going to go ahead. I put a thin strip of glue on the edge because we want the tassels to hang over. And then just set your trim on there and make sure it looks good. And then that is perfect. The next step on the baby tag or the baby girl tag is using memory hardware trim. And this is the Parisian ruffle. It's absolutely beautiful. So all I'm going to do is run a strip down like about right there. And you know what? I like a full flower at the top. So I'm going to cut it in and I can trim it down later. Now that number of trim was 990473. But again, if you have any of the memory hardware fluffy trims, they all work really well for this. Now this has a web batting on the side, and sometimes that's really pretty to keep on there. But for me, on the one side, I'm going to tuck it in and leave the other side open. I kind of like that webbing for adding like a little sheer touch to your project, but I don't want it to cover up my cute tassel, do I? So tuck it in on the one side and then go ahead and set your Parisian trim on there, and you're basically going down just one whole side of the tag, just like that. Now I probably will trim it right here, and I should do that. There we go. Now the reason I use this fluffy trim was because it helps hold the flowers, and it gives a lot of volume to sticking things in there. So the next step was tulle, and if you know me, I love tulle. I just buy these, so how many inches are these? 6-inch rolls. You can get them at your craft stores or online. And when I tie a bow with tulle, I don't tie a knot first because it's too bulky then. So all I do is go right into the loop and wrap it around and then stick the other loop through the hole. Like tying your shoes, but don't do the knot first. Okay, and then I got it stuck. So let me show you again. So you make your loop, wrap it around, and then stick that part through the hole, and don't get it stuck this time, Sharon. Okay, so we have a cute little bow, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but we're gonna fluff it out quite a bit because we want this volume, and it's gonna help us hold our little pieces up on our tag and create lots of depth. And again, you could cut your tail as long or as short as you want. So was I off screen when I did that? I realized I am really zoomed in. So I have my bow, and I'm going to just stick it somewhere right here. This side's not as pretty. Let's go back. So, you know, I like to angle my bows, and I think I angled it this way. So I'm just going to set that there right now, and then I'm going to pull out our flowers. So these are the pink flowers that go with the Heaven Sent collection. And we're going to, now this is the one tag I pulled multiple flowers out. It's a girly one, so we need to pull out all the little girly flowers. So these are just all kinds of different Heaven Sent flowers, and I picked a couple from here and a couple from there. You can just pick two if you want. I love these little tiny ones right here to finish it off, so we'll be coming back to those. I didn't actually use this one on any of my tags, but I just got it and I love it. They're so pretty. And then these they're two different flowers. One has pearl centers, and I don't have any more of those. I only have two left. And then the diamond centers, they're just beautiful. So the diamond centers are Stella 588403. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start picking some of the flowers. And I think I used 3 roses, but I may switch out this time because I'm missing a couple of those pearled flowers. I think I ordered them, and our flowers sell fast, so if you want these flowers, get them as fast as you can. Seriously, you just need to. So I might do a little bit like this, and I know this isn't official. I'm just kind of setting stuff on there, and that's how I start building my tags. I kind of set stuff on there and go, do I like it or not? What do you think? And I know I want a little accent area up here. So I kind of want my flowers to meander up the ribbon. And which brings me to the point we need to pull out our ephemera. And this is a hot seller, so you need to grab this fast. It has vellum pieces as well as paper pieces. And the number on that is 587222. And Carrie can tell you it's going. It's so fast. It's just a hot seller, and you'll see why as soon as I pull out some of these cute little pieces. So this is the little bunny we're going to use. Let me just zoom in real quick. Come on, camera. Okay, where did you go? It has little foil accents. Is that not cute? Ah, it's adorable. So I want the bunny. I don't want it flat. I want her to kind of stick up like this. Let me zoom in a bit more. I want her to stick in so like she looks like she's hopping out of the tag. Okay, so that's why I have a bow behind her, and that's why we're going to use flowers and that ribbon to kind of pull it up. The other one I need is the Oh Baby, and that one's going to go up here. So I'm just going to pull those out of the vellum ephemera, and then we're going to get going. So I got most of this foundation, but I also added lace trim, and the lace trim that we used, I don't have the number handy, but our lace trims come on these cute little wood pieces like this. So this one's magnolia, and then here's another one, and you can recycle these little spools. They're all magnolia. They all have different numbers though. And for the girly tag, I use this really pretty, I think it's a daisy, and guess what? I'm out of it. Like, I only have enough to do my tags. But what I'm going to do is kind of add a few of these in here to provide a nice little base. Plus, I think it's one of the most inexpensive flowers you can add to your tags. Just trimming it a little bit. And this one, I think I cut it in half, so let's do that. If the whole thing's not going to show, why waste the trim? So we'll kind of set this on here and see if it's going to work on this one. All right, so I need to glue down the tulle. And I'm using Fabri-Tac. It's my favorite glue. It can be smelly, it can be runny, but it sticks. It sticks. And it stays flexible for a bit, so you can play around with it. So what I want to do is like set these flowers. Where did my little bunny go? Did I drop him? Okay, you guys probably saw where I set him down. I put him right back in with the vellum. No, that's a different bunny. Okay, so I've lost my very first piece I'm going to put on. Give me 2 seconds to find him. He hopped off somewhere. I was just showing so many things. Oh, there he is. He was stuck on the trim. So, I know, crazy. So for this one, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue on the bottom. And I'm going to bring him in here, and only glue that bottom and kind of bend that vellum up. So I creased it just a little bit. So I put glue just down where the feet are, and then I bent that vellum up just a bit, so she'll pop up now much easier. And then what I'm going to do is just start building the flowers around her. So let's put a cute little pink one here. And we'll do, and these roses are in different shades, so what we want to do is like get the shades so you can see the contrast in the flowers. You don't want them all similar. All right, so I want to kind of build this cluster first and then move my way up. And I'll tell you why in just a second. So we also have butterflies on here. And these are dies that Prima did with Sizzix. And the same thing, I cut them out with the watercolor paper. So this little butterfly is going to be flying right here. And you can use foam on the back. I might have to if there's nothing under there to stick them to. We'll just get a little piece of foam. I still add glue to this, so I'm not sure where the butterfly is going to stick yet on the tag because it's so dimensional right now. What do you think? Does she look good right there? Okay, we'll kind of let her dry. Okay, let me zoom out just a tad. And what I'm going to do is shut that autofocus off because it kind of goes crazy when I put my hands in. So hopefully that will help a little bit with the focus. And I know I want to glue this little section together up here while that's drying. So we're going to run the lace off of the tag just a bit. So just off the edge. So you can really tell people you're living on the edge here. And then I think I'm going to put this flower up here or this one. I haven't decided. I don't have the exact flower I used before, but I know this has to like pop up on it. I think a rose. What do you guys think? We'll try it. If we don't like it, we'll just pull it off. So we're going to put that rose on there. And then we're going to create just a bit of bulk under here. So let me see if I can get that just like that. That looks perfect. So what we're doing is creating a little bridge for the vellum to stick on. Then just test that out. Make sure it's going to lie nicely. Okay, Carrie's giving me notes about the camera. Hang on. Oh, I am off screen just a tiny bit. Sorry about that. Isn't this cool how you can be teaching live and someone can be like, do this, don't do that. I'm like, okay, I have to obey though, right? You guys need to be able to see. Now this is vellum, so I'm trying to use as little adhesive as possible for it, because that's the beauty. It's very nice and sheer. So as soon as that gets on nice and straight, we'll let it sit and dry. And straighten it out just a bit. And I just want to leave that section and come back down here now and work more on this. This should be dry. Our bunny's sitting there very nicely. And I want to do, I need another pink rose. But I don't know if that's too much right now. Let me set that in there, and then we're going to go ahead in with some of these flowers. These were the Stella. And I really like the yellow pattern. So let's pull out both of those yellow. And I think we need it down here. This one's just going to be a little different than the other one. I can see already. And you know what, I'm kind of doing a dry fit because I know my butterfly has to go here, and I've kind of moved things around a little bit already. Oh, we could put it up here. That looks great right there. It's not exact like our other tag, but that's okay. We just want the flowers to kind of flow down. The butterfly fits in nicely right there, so we're going to go ahead and glue right now. And all I did was kind of create a little wedge area for that butterfly. And then it looks like it's just coming up out of the flower garden. And you know, dies are one of the most inexpensive things. Once you invest in that die, you can cut so many out, and they're perfect for these tags. And I just left them plain white. I thought it added a nice little bit of relief and contrast from all the color going on there. So now that we have those on, we can tuck this half piece of ribbon in. I really need a new bottle of Fabri-Tac. I've been creating a lot with it lately. Just make sure you cannot see the cut edges. That's all. And this one's going to get tucked in down here. And again, just tuck it in so you can't see those cut edges. And it looks like you have two of them on there and you only used one. All right. So now what we're ready for is I'm going to find out which ones I actually didn't glue down yet. I've done this so many times. Set flowers on and then walked away and they weren't actually glued and they all fell off. So all we really have left now are our leaves and a little bit of finishing touches. So let me put those up there. So the leaves are going to make a huge difference. You just can't believe it. I am thinking I might need this down here though. I'm going to wait on that and see. What do you guys think? Okay, let me grab my leaves and see if they're dry. Okay, we're going to zap them just a second. They're still damp. And I know I'm drying off camera because I don't think my cord's going to reach. Oh, here we go. I know you guys wanted to see this. But isn't that the prettiest green? So go buy a lime wedge and use it a lot, and then you'll get to this color. So I only need, oh, actually this is the one that I went kind of crazy, Carrie crazy with my leaves on this one. There's like 4. Well, I have 5 just to one up her. Okay, so let's see. This is the thing with the leaves. Find a spot where things kind of look bare. So I'm just going to set them in there. They're not really accurate right now. Or a place where you kind of need a bit of color. I'm thinking there, but I'm not positive. I'm not sold on that one. So I have 4 in there so far, and I really could like pop one over here. That's too much though. See how it draws your eye I think we'll just keep the leaves down on this side. They're still just a teensy bit wet, but here's my little trick for leaves. I only put glue on the very bottom, and this glue is like at the end, so it's just spitting everywhere. That's okay, we'll make it work. So I only glue the tip, and then I tuck it in under something. And then I bend it up, so when it actually dries, it's going to be very dimensional. You don't want your leaves flat on your projects, unless, you know, you're putting it in an album or something. Create a little bit of dimension with them by not gluing down the leaf, just glue down the stem. And you really only need a little touch of Fabri-Tac to do this. So that's how we're filling in all those little holes in the design, is coming back with the leaves, plus it adds a really pretty color. You need a little bit of green on your projects, right? All right, I have 2 more things to add, and that's it. So one are these amazing Satin crystals. They're heaven sent, and they have little mica flakes of glitter on them. It's 586126, and we're going to pick a couple off. We'll go with the dark pink. So it's, look, this totally goes with my nails. Is that not cool? Except we're going to get it off the nail and put it on the butterfly. So we want a large one and then a smaller one. And what this is going to do, that's the wrong small one, let me get a pink one. So what we're going to do is just create a little bit of fun on this butterfly. All right, let me click this and get it up close so you can kind of see now. So our little butterfly is blinged out, and then you can see how it kind of pulls it all together with that as we move up the tag. The only thing we have left on the tag now are these little tiny flowers. And I told you I'd be bringing these up. So these are Penelope 588410. I didn't think I'd like them. How many times have you bought something you weren't really sure about, and then, oh my God, they're amazing. They're just the perfect color. So I pulled out the peachy tan ones, and they just added the perfect color to the tag. So again, they're really little, so we're just going to tuck a couple in here and there. I'm not sure I want it there. Well, we'll find some spots, and I would use an odd number just to keep things nice. Like, where did I put them on my other tag? I only see 2. But normally I try to like create a triangle, so if I have one here, I'm going to want to stick one over here, and at some point your eye's going to like connect those. But I went and stuck other things over there, so just pretend I'm doing this. I think I need one there, and I could put one there. So we still have them going kind of in a meandering way. But you know what? This is the beauty with the little flowers and the little accents. You can put them where you need them, and they'll fill in all those little tiny gaps. And this one is very soft and neutral, but it just puts in the right amount of color. All right, we are totally done with the baby girl tag. I know it took the most amount of time, so we are gonna go faster now that you kind of know some of the steps. I don't have to explain so much. So what do you think? It has the vellum, it has the pretty flowers, die cuts. It's kind of clean and simpler. Like there's no mixed media on it at all, which is kind of fun. It was fun to do that. Okay, we're gonna move along to the baby boy. So we have Sweet Baby, and he has a watercolor tag. So I need to pull those out. They look like this. There are 12 tags in there, and they all have foil on them. So we have Home Sweet Home. I know I don't have time to show you all of this. You just have to get these. They're so, seriously, cute. It's like a rose gold foil. Did I say copper? Which one am I using? The one at the bottom. So I did have to show you all of them. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to color this one. Now I'm going with blue. So I pulled out soft teal and glistening waves, and you can tell one is more blue than the other. Don't let glistening waves fool you though. It's actually a softer blue than it shows. So here's the difference right here. This is soft teal and this is glistening waves. And I definitely want more blue than green. And I think the camera doesn't pick up the color perfectly. I'm just going to say that right off the bat because I think it looks way darker there and it's really not that dark. So I sprayed it, but I want it very soft and pastel. I don't want it really colored. So I'm going to go in and just pull off some of that color. And when it dries, it's going to dry lighter. Okay, just so you know, it looks really blue on the screen. It isn't. Let's just dry this really quickly. It softens as it dries. And it's the most beautiful blue. And while that's drying, I'm going to pull out my blue flowers. So this time, this is what we were trying to match. All right, so let's build our boy tag. We got our watercolor tags, and you need to get those. They're not just for babies, but of course they have the sweetest sayings ever, and they have foil on them. Gorgeous. All right, so this one, you know the drill now, right? Get your cute trim along the side, and then grab a memory hardware trim and loop over it. And I did use a different one for this one, so when I pull it out, you'll see it's a larger rosette, but I love it. And I only have a little bit left. I need to buy more. So this is the rosette, and you're just going to fold that mesh down so you can set it on here. I know this is a boy tag, and I have the largest rose ribbon on this one. It's okay. Your little baby boy is not going to care. It's just adorable. Babies are so precious. Speaking of which, when I was making these tags, I have a daughter who's having her third baby, and this line had come out, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect for me, or for her, right? And we didn't know what she was having, so that was kind of the thing between my making a boy and a girl tag. And now we know what she's having, so if you stick around, I will share that with you, but you have to watch. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're just going to start sticking roses down. And let's see. I'm going to switch to this flower just because it's kind of fun to show you. It's very similar to this one. They both will work. But these flower trims, I have probably spent a small fortune on them. They're my favorite. Can you tell? This one's a little bit thicker, and this one is 583002. And I think we have quite a few. We have a bunch of different kinds. So I'm just kind of setting them where I had them on the other one. Oh, we used gold, our box flowers. Look at this sad box. I've used so many. These are the most beautiful flowers ever. These are our box flowers, and they come with the foiled edges. So I've been using them obviously for a lot of things. And okay, so we have this one back here, and that one is going to hold up our vellum. That's our little trick. And then we have one here. You know, I may have to just switch some of these out. It really depends on how I end up doing my ephemera and if it sticks up there. Okay, so let me find the ephemera for this one. It's a cute little bunny facing the other way. I know I have my hand in the screen. Tisk tisk. Oh my goodness. And you know what? It's the ephemera has not just vellum, but they have paper ones too. How cute is that? I might use that one. Can I switch it out? Is that okay? Or look at the donkey. Oh my goodness, which one should I use? We can change it, right? Which ones do you guys think? Let's use one of them and we'll, oh, I think the donkey. Not that it fits a boy better, but it does fit a boy better, doesn't it? It's a little more rough and tough. What do you think? Okay, I'm taking opinions online. Let's do that. Now, if you can't find the ephemera, the paper pads have tons of images, and I meant to show you that right away. So this is the 6x6 paper pad, and it is 586928. But there are these adorable stickers, which would also work in a planner. But then there's all these little cards that have images that would work for these tags as well. So if you can't find the ephemera or you want to go a cheaper route, this is a great way to do it. Now I'm going to just pop some foam on here. You know, I never use foam squares on tags. I always use cardboard because it doesn't have to be acid free. But I'm just decided to be to not go the cheap route today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, that's one of my favorite tips ever. Because here I am using 6 foam squares. I just need a little bit of dimension right here. Okay, so I just want to set that down. And Mr. Rose, he's huge. So I have it kind of dry set in here. And I'm going to start gluing because nothing's going to stay. There's just too much happening. So I know where I want my little tag. And we're just going to go ahead and glue this up here with it. I just want to pull this off for a second and move it up just a little bit more. And I'm going to hold that because it is really, really thick. I think it's just going to slip, slip, slide away. Now my cute little donkey is going to be set against there, and we're going to put a little flower to kind of hold him in place right here. Okay, and then I got that lace sticking out, and if the tag didn't catch it, just squirt a little tiny bit of glue here. And I want a little bit up here. So I got my lace going like this. Now I'm only going to glue the bottom of the vellum again. We want them to be as free as possible so they pop up. And when you're done with your tag, if it's not sitting still, then you can go back and go ahead and add a little bit more glue wherever needed on your ephemera piece. I have glue all over my hand right now. Okay, this one's going to go right here. So now you guys kind of know the method behind this and why things were put where they were and how you can kind of hold everything up like that. So using that ribbon as a base, I might put that right there. I think I just might do that. I'm going to switch this just a little bit and bring this over and let this guy kind of get tucked in here. I think I like that. And I meant to say, whenever I'm putting flowers on, I do try to go with odd numbers. Sometimes it won't work. Sometimes it's just not going to stick like that. Now, this one was actually underneath the ribbon. So it's okay to have some of your lace coming on top of your flower. I think it looks more natural that way. So let's tuck this guy in, and then we're going to get our ribbon. He doesn't want to go all the way under. I may have to trim him. There we go. So when you know you're going to pop stuff up, only put glue in the center, like your flowers and your lace trim. That way you can always go in there and move stuff around and kind of layer it like that. Oh, our donkey's sliding off. Stay put. We'll make sure he stays once we start adding all the other accents. Okay, so I know I have a cute little bow right here, and I want to grab that. I took it from our Gypsy Cord, which is so brilliant for cards. Look at all this beautiful trim. And this one is 588052. And all I did was, I went in here quite a bit now because I've tied a bit of this off. There's this really cute little fuzzy trim like this. I've used it now on 2 of the tags, so I'm going to have to find a way to use the other ones. We're just going to tie a cute little bow. We didn't use tulle on this one, so let's do a bow and snip that off. It's fuzzy and it's perfect. You know those yarns they make for baby blankets and stuff? That's what this feels like. And this is, we're going to just tuck this in somewhere right there. And you see how it fills up that spot? So let's add a tiny bit of glue right on the knot. And then everything else can hang free. And we're just going to get them back into this little gap right here that we had on the flowers. So there we go. We got that done. And now guess what we need to do? We're going to add our last little couple of flowers. And I'm still debating about this one. So I only have 2 roses and it kind of bothers me. So what do you think right there? Although a leaf is supposed to go there. Let me grab my leaves. You know, you always think you can recreate perfectly, and this just goes to show you that you can't. I think I'll put it there. That's a good compromise. Plus it helps hold up everything. Oh my gosh, my glue's going crazy here. It wants to be done. It says retire me. So they're talking about the Prima loom on the chat right now because you can use the Gypsy cords in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's so fun to play with. Carrie keeps telling me I'm going off screen, and I zoomed in so that you could see the details, because if I put the camera way up, but I keep forgetting the tag is kind of long. So sorry, I just stuck a little flower and a leaf in up there. And we're going to go in here and get some greenery right here. So we were talking about they're talking about the looms, the Prima looms on the chat, and it's so fun. If I haven't done looming, I did macrame, and it's so easy to pick up and learn. And the Gypsy cords were beautiful. They're just so beautiful on those on the loom. You can mix those in with your yarns. Okay, so I only did 3 leaves on this one, and I do have a couple more gaps. So what I'm going to do is go in with those flowers again. Remember those little flowers that I said I never would have bought on their own, but they're absolutely brilliant. So we have these little flowers to add here and there. How many did I put on this one? I guess I did a lot. And we're going to put something else up here. Let's just start gluing these down. So I'm kind of putting them in the middle of those, the ribbon trim if the center is showing. And I'm also tucking it in where there are holes. I'm not sure I want one there. I have to look at it again. But there's a hole right here, and this little flower just fills it perfectly. I do have 3 on my original one. I stuck it on top of the knot. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and go with that. So I did an even number, which I just can't have that, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to stick one more somewhere. Let's just, well, where do you think I should put it? I got it going like that. Oh my gosh, just, we won't spend time on that. I'll come back to that. Okay, so one more new item. I have to find them. Everything's getting buried. These are our washi foil stickers. And there are 3 designs, and each one has 3 sheets. There are like this rose gold, which kind of looks like a copper gold, as well as the original gold. And I've mixed up all my packs now, so I don't know which number is which. Some are for coffee lovers, like this one. Some are just strips. They're so fun. These are beautiful in planners. They're beautiful on all kinds of projects. They're on our blog, on the prima.typepad.com blog today. But what I'm going to do is just pull off some of the designs because I want to really play up on the rose gold that's on the vellum and on the tag. So I know I added some like right here and down the side before. And what I did is I cut just a little strip right here. And it is a sticker, so you can peel it off. It's washi tape, and that's going to get tucked in right in here, so you get a bit of foil. But I gotta find, I used my butterfly, so let's come up with something else for this one. What should we do? There's so many cute patterns. What do you guys think? I think I'm just gonna go ahead with this little scroll right here. Okay, I have glue on my fingers. Oh, that's a cute little tab banner. It's adorable. I didn't know it was a banner, but maybe that would be cuter down there. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. Let's do that. That won't fit. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and play. But what I did on my other one, I know I don't do this at home. I'm cutting the banner off. The washi is going to kind of blend right in with whatever you put it on, the tape itself. So you can trim it, and it's just going to kind of, it's sheer, so it kind of gets absorbed right in. And then you got a cute little piece of foil there that is just so fun to put in. And these sheets have so many pieces on them that they'll last you. There's the perfect accent for so many things. All right, so I peeled this one off, and it's just like washi tape, but it has those adorable foil patterns. And I'm just going to kind of tuck this on. Now this is going on ribbon, and it really stuck well to my other one. If you think it needs a little bit more tape, put that on. But I think we're good. So what do you think? The only thing missing is a little tab at the top with tulle. So I'm just going to take a little piece and go ahead and tie off the top. And we are going to call this one done. They really are fast to do if you're not talking and explaining everything. But these are perfect for, you could put these on a gift bag. You could wrap a gift and put them on. They're very dimensional, and they're just so fun. But this one, I have a special purpose for it. What I want to do, let me find my card. You can take, this could be the gift itself, and you can flip it over. If you want to put pattern paper on the back, you could, or you can use one of our cards and just glue it on 3 sides and create a really cute little pocket. So I'm gluing just on the 3 sides. I'm going to make a pocket for a gift card. So I don't have a gift card handy, but I have a room key. They're the same size, right? So you can just stick it in there and then write your little message down here. And it's kind of a gift and a card all together. So that's why you need those 3x4 cards. All right, so there's your little baby boy with the original and the new one, which I love. I love that little piece. I'm glad we couldn't find the other one. Okay, I promised we would do a third one. We're going to whip through it really fast. I won't explain everything because now you know everything. I'm just going to go ahead and create it. So we're going to go ahead and pull out, look at my colorful paper towel. So let's find a tag. Okay, I'm going to do love, I think, because I used the other one that I wanted. So we'll go ahead with love. And this one, I'm going to use soft, wait, which one did I use for? Yes, soft teal on this one. It is more of a mint. I should get it shaken up here. Spray it, and I really want this light. So I'm going to go in and dab off as much as I can of that. So we have our tag colored, and we're going to just go ahead and whip this out now. Okay, you guys time me and see how long it's going to take, okay? Oh, if my glue cooperates. All right, see if I got another one open, because that's going to slow me down. Okay, great. Here we go. This one's open. So we're going to put on our tassel trim. Pom-poms would be so cute on this too, right? And this one uses the Rosette trim again. How cute would it be to have little pom-poms hanging off the side? Just go find Prima trim, and it only uses a couple inches. Like, the memory hardware is perfect because it uses about 5 flowers. So it's a perfect way to trim that. And it cut in the middle of a flower. I'm going to toss everything on the floor as I get done with it. Okay, for this one, we're going to take different boxed flowers. They're going to have the copper on it. You know, I had already set everything aside to do this tag. That's why I couldn't find my tag. Sharon. Seriously, I was so prepared and I forgot I was so prepared. All right, well, here we go. We were supposed to put the donkey on this one, but we're going to switch it around. That's okay. We'll find a different one and make these all adorable. So let's go ahead and put our bow in. It's just making a mess here. Our bow. This one, the center point is kind of, or the focal point, I should say, is a little bit lower. So we're going to go ahead and put that off kilter right there. And this little sweetie, it's still kind of wet, but I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just glue the bottom. The back's going to be supported with a flower behind it. Okay. What did she just say about me? I organize my classes, like, I really do spend a lot of time, and sometimes I forget that I did things ahead of time. Like, what is wrong with me? So these little flowers with the rose gold or the copper are perfect for supporting our little dimensional accents. So we're going to go ahead and just stick it right here. It's going to help hold this tag up. I think Carrie's laughing at me. All right, so these roses, and I don't have the number, these are not from Heaven Sent. They're, Carrie can look it up. I got a job for you. These are mint, and they're just stunning, and you get a lot of them in there, and I can't even remember what they're called right now. Seriously, having problems today. But we're going to go ahead and just start plugging these mint flowers in, and they're shaded from dark to light. How cute is that? So let's see what we're doing. We're going to pull out some of these white leaves. I think that will be, that's the wrong leaf. We need to find this one. Here we go. Some have gold and some have rose gold. So we're going to go ahead and pull 2 of these and just start gluing or setting things down. I'm going to have to use this huge flower. I don't know if I can do that. Yep. That's the one. That is, oh, that's adorable though. I personally love flowers, so that doesn't bother me. But I guess I could go down to this little one. I just can't make up my mind for anything. I need you guys to help me. Like, I had everything set aside. Oh my gosh, how cute is the lamb? He's going the wrong way though. I can just hear Carrie laughing. Amelia flowers. That's what the mint ones are. Is that right? 588366. Oh my gosh, look at that. They're so cute. All right, I'm going with this one. He doesn't have as much contrast as some of the others, but he's adorable. So once we get him tucked in here, then I can work with the flowers better. Ah, love it. Okay, I may just go with that huge flower. I might do it. I'm a little chicken. I don't know why. Normally that wouldn't bother me, but I'm like, do I really want that big rose on there? While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and put some of these other flowers down. I can't quite commit to it, you guys. I'm having problems. Okay. Carrie, did you ever find those mint flowers? Because people are going to want to know. I'm sending her on a chore because she's picking on me on the chat. All right. Now we want a little bit of the trim. You guys have any questions? We are only 4 minutes over. And we're going to whip this out really fast. I don't know if I like those 2 up there. See, this is my problem. I like to play around for a while before I commit to putting things down. That is my problem, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I just got to get over it. We're going with the smaller one. Executive decision here. Nobody told me what size to do on the chat, so I just got to do it. And then we're going to take 2 leaves, and you know, I always stick my leaves on together like this so that they look like they're coming out of the same flower. I probably should have done those before I did the green rose. But it's okay. If they don't look quite right, we'll go ahead and stick another little flower in there. A flower fixes everything. And the Fabri-Tac gives you wiggle room time, so you can go back and fix things and straighten them out. So I think I need one more of these. Did I really have that there? I've like changed the whole thing. Like the main aspect is the same, but I've like switched other things around. We have a butterfly happening right here. And let's go ahead and pop some foam on that one. And I really want him to be popped up, so we're going to use 2. So you guys see, it's the same tag. You're just basically switching colors and a couple little things. So he's going to be flying out of here. And while I have him, we're going to go ahead and put some of these pretty, pretty mint crystals on him. Give him a little bling. Okay. Pop up. There you go. Now I'm just adding stuff in. Whatever I see on my table is going on here. Oh, he like is taken off at too sharp of an angle. He will crash. And my leaves. These are going, I know these need to go last, so I am just getting them ready. And I need to find my little flowers. You know those little lifesaver flowers? Ta-da! Yes. Let's get some more of these. These are going to help fill in any little gap I left because I switched out all my flower sizes. So I need another little rose flower up here. We need to have 3 of them. Oh, that's perfect. I think that'll work. Okay, now I'm not stressed. It'll be okay now. So those box flowers, I used just 3 of them on here, and 3 or 4 of the mint roses. I've lost track now. And really just one of those spray tags, the watercolor tags, which you can spray, or you can use our pencils on there or the oil pastels. And how did these end up joining together up here? That was not supposed to happen, so we're going to just pull that whole thing off and move it over a little bit. Yeah, there, you want a little bit of separation between these. I don't know what I was doing. Just kind of slipped there. Let's add one more leaf down here at the bottom, because I think I put 3 on this one. And that'll drag your eye will like go all the way down that way when you consistently carry your color throughout. Okay, there's one little tip left for this. I'm trying to see if I missed anything major here. I think I got it. I have 2 of those, so I do need to put one more. Remember that odd number thing? Okay. All we have is one more little thing. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and find the washi stickers. You know, I've been tossing stuff on the floor that I thought I was done with. I am not done with those. I want to add a little bit of the foil on here. So if I can find them, we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to call it done. Here they are over on the side. So this is a great place to just take, I'm looking for like a floral, this one. This one's going to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is pull it off and try to be careful. It is washi. Oh, it's another cute little banner. Seriously, I have sticky stuff all over. That's what happens when you're teaching and crafting. So I kind of cut it in half, and I'm going to trim off some of the extra tape. Okay, you're at home. Look at this. You're going to be so much neater than I am. But what I want to do is take this and add it to the leaves, the white leaves. So I may actually cut it even more. I think it's just a little bit too long right here. I need like 20 fingers. Seriously. It's just gonna stick. Okay, here we go. We're going in. We're just gonna stick these on some of the leaves. And I told you they kind of melt in. They're adorable. I know it might be hard to see, but I'll bring it up and show you a close-up. And they're super cute like this. So I left the leaves really white on purpose so that these would kind of accent and decorate them. And then I do need a little bit of a strip. So what I'm going to do is cut just a piece of this off. My fingers are all gluey, so let me try and get this washi. I don't know if I'm going to get it off. I have glue all over my fingers. Okay, so we got a little strip off, and what we're going to do is create a cute little accent at the bottom of this. Just kind of try to get it on straight. All right. So I think I am done. I may find something that I missed. Let me back up a bit. But this is the more neutral tag, and I'm going to try and zoom in so you can see the washi pattern on the leaves. That's the washi sticker, and it really molds in with what you put it on because it's so thin, and it adds the cutest little bit of foil touch. So there we go. That is the boy or girl one. And oh my gosh, I have stuff all over my table, so just give me 2 seconds. I like it clean. I want to pull all my tags back. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So this was the neutral one. There we go. And we had our little baby boy. These are the ones we made today. So they're all just a little bit different than the originals. Okay, so those are the 3 tags, and I told you I was going to tell you what my daughter had. It's not a boy. It is a girl. So she's having her 3rd little girl, and I just think that is precious. I had 3 girls first, and I loved it. They are the best parents to little girls. Sorry about that. I just had to shut the phone off. So they are going to have their 3rd little girl in October. So guess who's going to be working on baby projects nonstop? Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Let me go ahead and just stop the recording. So these are the Heaven Sent tags, and some of the focuses were the watercolor tags, the ephemera, the flowers, and our washi foil stickers. So you need to get those, okay? All right, thank you guys.